I'm McSquirgle. This is a first impressions and overview of the Stretch 2 XL with crewwear. I wanted to talk about why I bought this knife and what I like about it. Here it is, Stretch 2 XL. It's a backlock folding knife, 4-position pocket clip, G10, gray G10, and full steel exposed steel liners. This, I think, is a sprint run that Spyderco did some time ago that's just hung around for a while. I think maybe it's a little less popular because of the size. The size, turned me off for a little while. It sat in my cart for a long time because, I was worried it would be too big. And I see why a lot of other people might also think that way. Now that I have it in hand, though, I quite like it. I think it's really nice, actually, the size. One of the reasons I bought this is because of the Spyderco Father's Day sale. This was at retailers for about $300 just a couple weeks ago. But since the Spyderco Father's Day sale, I was able to buy this from Knives Ship Free for about $214. And I could not pass on it when I saw just how much they were putting this knife on sale. And I think at $214, it's very worth it for CPM crewwear, which is one of my favorite steels. And this G10 full steel liner construction. It's great. So let's do some comparisons. I think one of the most obvious comparisons to make would be with the Stretch 2 lightweight. However, I don't have that knife anymore. I ended up letting it go some time ago. But I think the next best comparison I have might be the Endura. The Endura and the Stretch 2 are about the same size. This is my Blade HQ exclusive M4 Endura that I put some polished black micarta scales on. I think it looks quite nice. There's also this entropic finish Lynch Northwest deep carry clip and a titanium backspacer from Flytanium. M4 is a really great steel. It's probably one of my favorites, close to CPM crewwear. But yeah, let's compare these. So you see, with the Endura, you don't get the finger choil that you get on the Stretch 2 XL. You also don't get full exposed steel liners with the Endura. I really like the way that the liners and backspacer are finished on this. This is one of the main reasons I bought this knife. Is I wanted this. I wanted to see just how perfect this all perfectly smooth this is. I believe it's called hafting, which is like the process that they polish all of this and make it. They finish it that way to make it all smooth. You don't get anything like that on the Endura. Though I still like this knife a lot. There's nothing wrong with the Endura not having full steel liners. It's just, I'm fixated on this, and I'm quite happy to have it. The next comparison I might make will be the Spyderco Military. Military is a big knife. The Military is bigger. About the same blade length though, but you get a bit more handle on the Military. Liner lock, which is a great liner lock, by the way. Don't let the liner lock prevent you from buying a Military. I think Spyderco really has the best implementation of the liner lock I've ever seen. Just beautiful lockup, very solid. Yeah, there's no movement at all. It's a great knife. Next, I'll compare my Lynch Northwest Delica. This Delica has K390. This is not a stock Delica, obviously. The regular Delica is more like this Endura here, where you don't have a forward finger choil. This one does not have the forward finger choil, but the Lynch Northwest Delica that I have does, which is one of the reasons that I got this scale set from Lynch Northwest, as well as it being gorgeous, the colors. Let's look at the Spyderco Native 5. This is the Knife Center exclusive with CPM Crewwear with DLC. This came with smooth black G10, but I put these RGT titanium, DLC coated titanium scales with this milling, this texture on it. The way that this knife comes from Knife Center with the smooth black G10 is great. But I also really like these, so I went ahead and bought them for this knife. This is one of my favorite knives. You don't get exposed steel liners with this either. Still, it's one of Spyderco's best, and it took me a long time to realize that. Especially the G10 versions of the Native 5. The lightweight versions are still good, but I think the G10 ones are really the way to go if you have that option. Last Spyderco I want to compare to is PM2. That's a pretty good comparison. They're about the same size. I think you get a little bit more handle. Maybe not. They're just about the same, but you definitely get more blade with the Stretch 2 XL. The blade is definitely thinner on the Stretch 2 XL. Very slicey blade. And with the Crewwear, it'll be tough too. This is my Maximate PM2. This is one of the oldest knives in my collection. It's been through a lot of different scale changes, all sorts of different hardware, different pocket clips. This one stuck around longer than any knife in my collection. Love the PM2. More knives I'd like to make comparisons to. This is the Spyderco Cali 3.5. Pretty different, but the reason I want to bring this out is to show the full exposed steel liners. Pretty similar. The Cali 3.5 is made in Japan, so is the Stretch 2 XL, but I'm pretty sure they come from different factories in Japan. I'm pretty sure the Cali 3.5 is made by Moki, which is one of my favorite companies. I think they also made the Almar knives back in the day, and some of the Fall Niven folding knives. I think the Stretch 2 XL with crewwear, and this version of the Stretch 2 XL came from G Sakai, which is another factory in Japan, and a knife producing factory in Japan. Great work, though. Here's some more Moki knives that I want to show. This is the Blackiston's Fish Owl from Moki. No steel liners on this one. This one's like a lightweight version. Still great. AUS 8 blade. Another knife from Moki is my Kronos. This is the large Kronos with the jig bone and VG10. You also get those full exposed steel liners here. VG10 blade on this. And that mirror polish. Or high polish. That about wraps it up. This is just a first impression of the Stretch 2 XL. I look forward to carrying this for some time, and sometime soon, or in a couple weeks, I will do a full review. Yeah, once again, this is McSquirrel. Thanks for stopping by.